Welcome to SlamCast, where we chat with creatives about their process and how they navigate the grind of promoting themselves. We're your hosts. I'm BREA.
I'm Neil. We're both producers and studio technicians here at Slam Academy, an online and in-person music school based out of Northeast Minneapolis.
And today we're here with Rob Cummings from Cosmic Synergy, a music promoter in the Twin Cities bass music scene. Give it up for Rob, everybody. Let's go.
How's it going, Rob?
Oh, we're doing well today.
Sweet. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. So Cosmic Synergy, what is that? What can you explain Cosmic Synergy to us in the audience?
Yeah, the Cosmic Synergy is really the magic of the universe, working in full synergy, full symbiotic relationship with the human existence, I guess. We produce bass music events as our main focus. Underground psychedelic bass music is our priority and main focus.
Cool.
Working with all of our greatest heroes and friends from around the globe.
That's awesome, man.
Cool. So you're putting together events to bring these musicians together, right?
Yes.
How do you find the musicians that you...
Yeah, that's the true magic too. It takes time and a lot of searching. An easy side of it is a lot of like friends and collaborations and being able to kind of just with apps like SoundCloud, where you can kind of dig into your favorite artists and see who's following them or who they're following in particular, and then just going down that rabbit hole for hours on end, and what turns into years and years of searching.
Cool.
But yeah.
Sweet.
That's awesome. So is Cosmic Synergy the name of like a label or a collective that you have, or is that just like a brand?
Yeah, so it's our branding of event producing. We haven't actually ever done any releases music-wise. It's definitely something that's always been in the back of my mind as something that we've wanted to do and do digital releasing and things like that, but something that just never really surfaced. But yeah, that's our event promoter company name.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody that helps you with the promoting side of things?
That all comes down to kind of our local community and team. Cosmic Synergy is solely driven by myself, and so it's been quite the learning process over the last 9 years. But
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier that you were in Denver for a while. Did you start in Minnesota and then move to Denver?
Yeah, so I'm from the western suburbs here in Minnesota. Grew up in Excelsior, graduated in Minnetonka in 2005. And a group of friends, we decided we wanted to start throwing shows in the end of 2008.
Dang.
Yeah, and so that was like my first real experience with getting into event curation. And shortly after that, I think it was about 2010, I did a couple solo events under different alias as Afterlife Entertainment, and we brought Schwangel for their first time ever to Minnesota.
Cool.
It was a really fun show on Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, it was the end of 2011 when I moved to Colorado.
Cool.
Okay.
And it wasn't until about, May of 2015 when one of our favorite artists, Tipper, had announced his debut Red Rocks performance, and we decided that we would do a pre-party and wanted to do an after party that actually sold out within like immediately. I ended up teaming up with Submission, which was like Denver's leading promoter in bass music culture there.
Cool.
And we had the Whittler, Bogtrotter, and Mamukshu, which was just a combination of the 140 dubstep that Denver was so well known for, and a great mix of psychedelic based music that everyone that was coming from around the country for Tipper was going to want to experience, late night.
Those are some
Yeah.
heavy hitting names for
Yeah.
that type of thing.
And so that sparked us wanting to do a pre-party, and Submission kind of opted out from participating with that. And so that led us on to kind of doing our own thing, which, turned into figuring out what are we going to call this? What are we going to, name this company, or who's going to present this? And some brainstorming over the next couple of days, and we came up with Cosmic Synergy.
Cool.
So that was in 2015, you said?
Yeah, 2015 was the first one.
Oh, cool. I saw that we were looking at your website and it said formerly Unified Field Collective.
Yeah, so the Unified Theory Collective is another promoter now, event planner that we've teamed up with recently here in Minneapolis. And they host events inside Art Shelf, which is a nonprofit community art center that recently opened up here in Uptown.
Cool.
I see really cool shows coming out of there. Yeah, those look really fun.
Yeah, so about 9 months ago, we started a new monthly here for the local community called Merge. And the goal of it is to raise awareness for Art Shelf and let the community know that this space exists, and also providing a platform for the local community and artists of all mediums, hence merging the community together. So we have local vendors from live painters, and then the local musicians and DJs and other event producers and teams come through.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. After like post-pandemic and taking a break from event curation and then moving back to Minnesota, it just made a lot of sense. Just the project is all based around recovery and sobriety and holding a safe space. So all of our events are zero alcohol, which is really awesome. It creates just a different environment from like going out to your typical club show where, it might just be easy to go up to the bar and, buy a beer or have a drink with your friends.
Right.
Now it's easy to just enjoy a new mocktail menu that's custom created every month.
Yeah, those look delicious.
Yeah.
So when did you move back to Minneapolis?
September will be 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, feels like yesterday.
Yeah. It goes by fast when you're busy like that, and
Yeah.
you're like constantly doing events and stuff.
Yeah, so it was about a year ago when Art Shelf opened. It opened under the Unified Theory Collective as Art Shelf kind of got its nonprofit all certified, which took a few months. But Willard, the owner of Unified Theory Collective, Art Shelf, and Iktomi Tattoo is so it's a shared space with the tattoo shop and the art center. So it's really cool because there's 9 amazing artists in there. And you can come to our events, and usually there's a walk-in available if you so dreamed of having some art put on your body.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
When do these events take place? Is it the same time every month, or does it differ?
We shoot to do them in the middle of the month, so like second or third Saturday roughly.
Sure.
We shoot for around that like 17th to 20th ish of the month, whatever that Saturday falls on.
Cool.
When you're setting up the shows, do local producers and musicians reach out to you, or do you find people that you'd like to reach out to kind of like run the show or perform?
Yeah. So I enjoy reaching out to everyone, and I've had help with, moving back to Minnesota. It was was out of the loop per se. Excuse me. With like all of the Minneapolis local crews, but the more that we've been curating and the more that I've been participating and help build this community, I'm finding more and more teams that are doing the thing. And so it's actually become quite easy. You know, I actually have the rest of the year booked out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That's so sick.
That's a good feeling.
yeah, it's opening up space for us to kind of start planning some larger events here down the line.
That's cool.
Exciting.
Nice.
Unified Theory Collective.
Unified Theory Collective. Does that collective have anything to do with the Unified Theory Collective or thing in Colorado? The people that do Sonic Bloom?
Nope, it's actually completely separate. I don't even know if Willard even knows about them. But yeah, Nassim Harmon has played a big part in my life. Sonic Bloom was one of my staple in changing my life, and I attended that for 10 years straight.
That's my favorite festival. I've been to it a couple times, and I always just tell people it's like infrasound a little bit like 5 years in the future because they own the property. They have like, it's also a little bit more curated. They started a little earlier, so just stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just a little different than infrasound, but it holds a very special place in my heart.
It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
So how did you get into like promoting shows? When did you make the change? What were you doing before that?
So I went to my first festival in the summer of 2006. So I had been graduated for a year and attended a small festival at Harmony Park. And it was just a really amazing experience. And had a couple friends, and they were a little bit more into like the electronic like music side of things versus kind of like the jam bandy stuff that we would get here coming through at Harmony Park and stuff. So
like Shang?
Yep. Yeah. Back then it was called Harvest Fest.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, way back then.
I've actually never been to a Shangri-La since it's changed, but and so we would get, maybe a sample or a taste of it at like Harvest Fest or something from one artist coming through to play a set. Mm-hmm. It wasn't this like main focus like we have with infrasound now. Mm-hmm. And so we would have to travel the country to go see our favorite artist. Mm-hmm. And so it'd be like 4 of us in a car, maybe 5, and we'd drive to Denver mostly because it was a hop and a skip, 12-hour drive there and back. You could be home Sunday and ready for work on Monday or start your life back up. And so we spent a lot of time going to Colorado and seeing music. And over time, we just realized, kind of had this idea that the money we were spending on these vacations, that we could probably host a show in our backyard and spend the same amount of money and have, 200, 300, 500 of our friends or the local community come for the same price. And so we took a shot at it, and the rest is kind of history.
Oh, okay.
You saw a hole in the market.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was different. It was the Minneapolis music scene, in the early 2010s there, 2008, 2009, 10. There was definitely a void of electronic music that just hadn't come here. There wasn't, unless it was a little bit bigger of an artist, Sims was still doing stuff back then. And, but it just wasn't tapping into that real underground sound and music that we were craving.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Yeah.
I hopped in the scene in 2011. Right before Skyway became opened their doors, and then still the Loft by itself.
Yeah.
And that felt like, to me, when I first got in the music scene, like that's what I thought EDM rave, not rave, but like that's what I really liked about that kind of scene type of stuff. And it's really cool that you were like probably brought a bunch of people starting that type of stuff and bringing it in.
Yeah, it was I was fortunate enough to be part of the TC Dubstep crew and like inception of all of that. And so
thank you.
It's it was really fun. It was a really fun time, and being so young and just reaching out to our favorite artists and like, oh, is Roscoe's Asian gonna respond to us?
Yeah.
Even like we're nobody. We've thrown like one little show, and and sure enough,
That's how we feel running a podcast.
Like, do you wonder if Rob will talk to us? I was gonna say that idea of bringing in an artist, because it's more money it's just as much money to go with your friends to fly there and watch the show and pay for hotels. You could spend that money to fly the artist out here and throw your own show. My buddies just did that a couple times, and they were telling me that same idea. So it's really cool to see that it was like a tried and true method right there for you guys. Especially from back, because they're doing organic house, and there's not a lot of organic house music performed. So they're like, I'm going to bring in my favorite artists from like LA or New York and stuff. So
super good idea. So promoting stuff then is probably a little bit different than how you promote stuff now.
Yeah.
What were you doing at the start to bring these people out?
Handbills, flyers.
Yeah. Just like passing them out to random people.
Yeah, going to events, not even going to the event, but showing up to like First Avenue at the end of the event. Like we'd hang out at home, as teenagers and early 20s, you don't have a lot of money to be spending. So we'd, show up at the end of the show and stand outside and have a group of us. And, we were the street team, putting in all the legwork on all avenues, or doing kind of fulfilling all parts. And in the same way, not much has changed. We're still kind of doing all the same parts and running our Instagram and doing more social media stuff. Do
you still have people that stand outside and do the flyer thing still? Or is that kind of phased out?
I feel like that kind of phased out there. But I also am like recently feeling like it could be a great way to
people
surface again. And
I remember when I first started going, I kept every flyer to every show I went to, and I'd be like, and it was like just a little handy of like, oh, there's that one show I won, and then you'd get ones for the next show, and then you'd go to that one too. So there might be another like a resurgence of that kind of nostalgia of being able to just physically have something to take home.
I would like to see it kind of come back,
another hole in the market.
Exactly.
Maybe it could be stickers, since everybody's obsessed with stickers.
I love a good sticker. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember going to shows after I graduated high school, and people handed me CDs as I came out of shows, and that was like some of the coolest music I ever found. I still have all those CDs at my parents' house somewhere.
They would do that at Harmony Park a lot. I remember in the early days, they'd hand out like a sampler CD of the weekend, and
I actually have one or two of those.
That could be another cool thing. I mean, probably a little bit more financially on production side, but
just recording everything and then producing everything,
putting it all together. But
cool.
I was gonna say really quick while it's still in my head, thank you for starting the music scene, because nowadays it just feels like this huge thing that's always been around,
right?
And I remember when it wasn't, and then it's so cool to like just see how it's evolved. Like I'm like so proud of the music scene becoming what it is, because it used to be just a bunch of kids like at the loft, just like packed in front of a couple bass bins, and now like you got all these beautiful events all over the city in different venues, and bringing in crazy good artists. So it's like it's just very cool to see what's happened with everything, and it's cool to meet you and know you were part of that too, man. Hell yeah!
Likewise, it's really fun to be in here at Slam and being part of this.
Yeah, have you been to Slam before this?
I've checked out a couple. I was at the Beta Fuse kind of how-to event that they did. I think that was probably about a year. Yeah, with Conduit and Mike Rat and stuff.
Yeah,
cool. That one was fun, and may have been in here one other time.
Sweet.
Mike Rat, love Mike Rat.
Yeah,
he's the one who got us hooked up. So hell yeah.
Cool. Back to the social media thing. Are you the one that's running the Cosmic Synergy social media?
Yes, I do all of that fun stuff. And,
cool.
The Instagram was started from scratch, and everything from at one point when at our peak we were I was having to do boosted marketing ads and trying to do target marketing with zero experience.
We've been there before too. That's always a fun challenge.
That's what we're talking to you.
And it's changed so much. I mean, I get back on, and it used to just I had such a flow state. Before pre-pandemic, and then post-pandemic, just so many little things have changed within Facebook itself and the way you're able to invite people and
Yeah.
just little things that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to relearn everything again.
Yep.
And then it'll be changed again.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Are you the one making the flyers and stuff too?
No. So we have Willard handles making all of our graphic design right now.
Okay, cool.
It looks good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very cohesive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And then back in Colorado, we had a graphic designer. I was fortunate to have resident language doing all of our graphic design.
Oh shit!
For our monthly there, and yeah, it was special.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's crazy. With the social media stuff now, do you find it easier or harder than it was before to like have to navigate that type of stuff?
For me, I feel like it's just kind of been a little out of the loop, and I just kind of have to readjust now with like my target audience going from having kind of my friends list based around Denver and stuff. Now I kind of need to go in through the settings and kind of readjust and make kind of like a Minneapolis targeted friend list, which makes things just a lot easier. It's next to impossible to just look at someone's name and remember where they're from. So me trying to like click and not spam people that aren't even in my target market anymore is an easy thing to do. So I try to be conscious of that.
Especially since like the artist names are different from the actual person's name.
Yeah.
Their Instagram page is like,
oh my gosh,
DJ stuff instead of their
I'm always
face.
trying to tag or search someone's page, and between the no vowels and the different aliases and things, and I'm just like, it's hard. It's a lot to try to keep track of.
Yeah.
My buddy Hugh likes to like name his albums words I can't read. So now like whenever we're like making a project together, I'm like, you got to make it so I can read it, dude. No, I can't, if I can't read it, someone else definitely can't read it, but because I'm pretty dumb. So
yeah.
Is it just like long words that are spelled
it's like
weird?
Rosonate and like weird like Latin stuff from cool books that I'm never gonna read.
Yo.
You like, stop making me look stupid, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Lovely. Podcasting.
So I was gonna ask, so you've said you already have shows booked out for, you said the year.
Yeah.
How far out do you like to book your shows and stuff?
Yeah, so it's been nice to kind of do another monthly because that's what I was running in Denver. So it is just enough time. Nope, we're getting a little cut out there. I think we're back. But it's just enough time in between events where the next one kind of comes around the corner, but you still have a little bit of time to prep for it. And I tend to like to have a few months booked out, even up to like 6 months, at least ideas tentatively rotating. If just kind of brainstorming certain lineups and stuff, and then kind of like one of the artists will confirm, and then we kind of have like a list of artists. So what way I approached Merge recently was wanting to kind of free up a little bit of more energy so that we could start kind of brainstorming on some larger projects, because Merge is very centered on the local community, and we've been averaging like 40 to 60 people every month, and it's great. But we would like to like scale up and start budgeting for larger events. So I kind of took the idea where we could start doing crew takeovers, because there's so many different little pockets of crews and friends that are either doing a label or kind of having their branding put or branding themselves, I should say. And so it just made sense. Yeah, doing crew takeovers. It just made sense for me, and it really, like, as fast as the idea came, like, it was like, oh my gosh, the whole year's booked out. Like, I literally just booked 8 months. Have it all locked in, like no questions asked. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was just like, okay, now we can kind of start putting our energy and focusing our energy into some other things.
Do you own your own sound system and stuff?
Yeah, I do actually. That's awesome that you bring this up, because that's another part of the Cosmic Synergy. So yeah, we started buying Function One Sound like 7 years ago, and
Nice.
yeah, we've amassed a pretty large pile of Purple's boxes. And we just collaborated with our friends for Infrasound. It was led by Lost Horizons and Sound System Cultures, and then Cosmic Synergy. And we all provided different pieces to the puzzle, and were able to deploy main stage this past weekend at Harmony Park.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's awesome.
you. Yeah, it's a huge dream come true. You know, from being an attendee as a young teenager, and to
helping set up main stage.
Yeah, to helping set up and be a part of something so big and massive production of all of our greatest heroes it's really a dream come true.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What was like the biggest show that you've put on or put together?
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, 2018 into 19, I believe. So about 6 years ago now.
That is so long ago. Shit.
This is pre-pandemic, or right prior to pandemic hitting. We hosted a 3-night New Year's Eve event in San Francisco, in the North Bay in Richmond, and it was called Coalesce. It was funny that at the time we were doing a monthly called Final Fridays in Denver, and so Final Fridays of December actually fell on the day. So we were able to do Final Fridays in San Francisco as the pre-party to Coalesce. So it ended up being 4 nights, with a really fun after party. After night 1 of Coalesce, we shuttled 700 people from Richmond over to San Francisco and put them on a yacht. Had 2 stages of Function One and a rooftop, and we cruised around the North Bay till sunrise.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, this is literally the biggest dream we've ever dreamt. And, somehow made it all happen.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That was 2 nights at Tipper, a Montauban. Has 2 fingers.
2 fingers.
And all of our friends, we just filled the lineup with any one of our close friends. And,
wow, that's such a dream.
Yeah, put them on a massive stage, which is now the portal at Infrasound was created for Coalesce.
Oh shit!
And so I ended up keeping that safe in storage for 3 years. And after I moved home, talked with Alex and the team at Infrasound and convinced them that it belonged there.
Yeah.
They took the leap, and it's been amazing to be able to see it all in action.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow. Yeah. You're just like silently behind a lot of the stuff that we've been like doing for the past like years.
Yeah, it's been fun to just kind of be part of like sometimes I just want to be an attendee, I miss those days of just like going to a concert with my friends and stuff. So it's kind of fun to act and make moves in the shadow or behind the scenes.
Yeah. I was gonna say you must like the behind the scenes portion of like the music industry and just like setting up everything and then just kind of watching everybody enjoy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's the stress levels are pretty low. We just have such amazing teams and professionals that yeah, it makes it all just like feel like a dream.
Y'all been doing
Cool.
it for years.
Yeah.
Professionals.
Yeah, we're really excited. So this past year, so Lost Horizons are really good friends. We've worked together with them on Function One Sound, hired them for some of our events, and it kind of came full circle. Last February, they were gracious enough to take me under their wing and help me do a full restoration on my sound system. We've taken it to Burning Man multiple times. We've done some festivals over the years, and just never had the resources and like space and knowledge to like clean it and take care of it. It was just another part to the puzzle. Oh, excuse me. And we were just spreading ourselves thin. And so we spent the last year doing a full restoration on it, and it has come to a completion here. And so we'll be collaborating on a few more events this summer, and coming back home from Elements Festival on the East Coast here the second weekend of August. The Function One sound system will be living here in Minneapolis, back in my full control, and so
Hell
we're getting excited to let the community know. It's kind of word of mouth right now. You can only
Are you gonna throw a show?
say so much, but once it's here, we can actually take action with it.
That's
You heard it here on SlamCast.
Yeah, I heard it here. So by the time this one comes out, hopefully we'll have it back.
Super exciting.
Yeah, so that's really like what I'm looking forward to is having the first Function One system here, because we've got Voids and Hennessy Sound here, and they're amazing, and I'm excited to have that for the local community.
So there's not another Function sound system here in the cities?
There's installs, but there's not like a private crew or just like a for hire Function One sound system to be deployed at your event or be hired or contracted. Yeah. So we'll be the first
That's awesome
of its kind here in the coming months.
Did you learn how to like do all the stuff that you're saying too? Like you actually like learn how to take apart the speakers and do all the work on them?
So I did get a little bit of hands-on because Lost Horizons was dual based in Des Moines and Denver. So I was able to get a little bit of hands-on and go down to Des Moines and work with Jeremy and Dylan. But I didn't get a lot of hands-on with it. But yeah, it's been great to kind of start like building that knowledge and even just things like deploying it and setting it up and cabling and kind of power things with amplifiers and just all the little pieces to the puzzle because there's so many of them. But yeah, it's been amazing to shadow and kind of have these mentors in my life that have taken me under their wing and kind of given me some guidance and help me grow. And very fortunate.
I didn't even know that like sound system culture was like that big of a thing that people nerd out on until we talked to JP about it. And now my mind is just like open. There's just like a whole nother community of people that just work with sound system and just know how to revamp all of that stuff. It's like I never thought about it. I just like, yes, I'm listening to this music. It sounds awesome, and then I just never go any farther than that. So it's cool to like know the behind the scenes of what all goes into a big performance, and then just listening to like some of your favorite artists perform on stage. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah, it's been amazing to kind of see the growth of it. Even with like visual artists and stuff, like these are all things that like were completely like, it's not that they weren't part of the production back in the day, but they weren't like, it was never branded and advertised. Like it wasn't, it wasn't this like attraction of like, you weren't, if you went to a show and there was Function Ones there, it wasn't on the flyer. You were surprised. You got surprised and were blessed with an awesome sound system, or a really cool visual artist was there, but they weren't advertised. They weren't marketed. So the rise in all of that in the past few years has been really awesome for the community and culture too.
That's a great point.
Yeah. So yeah, it's amazing to see all these new sound systems too. We got really lucky at Infrasound to hear the Element 5 sound system. That's a newer one that there's only 2 of them in the country still right
dang.
now.
Whoa.
And
What?
so yeah, it's another just very unique and cool niche sound system. And yeah, we're really blessed here in the Midwest with infrasound.
Yeah. It's crazy how good our Minneapolis music scene is in the bass community. I'm always impressed in the lineups we bring in and the artists that like just enjoy being here with us and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really like you all provided a very safe space for them. Like
Yeah.
that's freaking dope.
Yeah.
Maybe you're part of the reason that Minneapolis was voted like the happiest city in the country. Did you see that?
No, but
it was like the last week we were named the happiest city in the country or some shit like that, and now we know why. It's
Rob.
because of Rob.
No.
He's putting in the work.
And Alex.
Alex,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
so many people.
Maybe Mike.
Sims,
Slam
Slam Academy.
Like,
yeah,
we just have a crazy good music community.
It's really cool to
Art
watch
shelf.
the culture just like grow and help other artists, their peers. Like it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's when you strip it all away and like comes to like community building, it's like where I feel like the true like actions happen. Like you see where you see the results.
And that's where you feel the most happy and you feel the most fulfilled is when you can create a community around what you like doing with other people who like doing the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have another job or do anything else outside of like promotions and stuff?
Just very entrepreneurial. I do like contracting work. I do tree trimming stuff with my friend that started his own business. I help my uncle with his landscape business. Any sort of like contractual kind of stuff, 1099 things are kind of fill my time. Otherwise, I try to between the sound system and events and stuff, I try to like find a happy balance there where my ends are met and I don't strive to have too much and as long as the bills are paid, and that allows me to continue living the dream.
Fuck yeah.
And you make hot sauce, we heard.
I make hot sauce. That's another one of my fun little side passion projects. That also helps, pay the bills too. We just made a bunch for the Grillsmith barbecue set at Infrasound this past weekend. Chris reached out to me and was like, we're switching it up and we're going to be making tacos. You want to provide the hot sauce? And I was like, yes.
Do you have a website or something?
No website, all just direct message, direct sales. I can ship it and will ship it. It's not too hard, and I've not had too many mishaps or broken bottles shipping. So we can get it to the people. But again, that's something else I could like take a little more serious if I wanted to, and try and run with it. But I enjoy keeping it as a passion thing. And,
Some things you just have to hold close to your heart that way and not spread yourself too thin. Now I need to be a hot sauce mogul.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, you don't need to do that.
It's
Monopoly, man.
Although I see it, and so many of my friends, there's like, you got to get a label and you got like get it in the stores or go to the farmer's market. And I'm just like, I ain't got time for that.
Like I'm lugging around functions, brother.
It's like, we got speakers to set up and people to bring together.
Right. You just bring the hot sauce there.
We try. We try to have a little bit here and there, but
that's awesome.
Yeah.
My freezer begs me all the time. I've got probably about 30 pounds of peppers in there right now. And it just begs me. And it's like, please make hot sauce, Rob. I'm like, please. But and pretty quick here, the pepper farm will be popping off and fresh peppers will be ready here. And I'll be buying more peppers.
Pepper hobby.
Yeah. Sounds
fun.
Slight addiction.
Just gotta buy another freezer.
Yes, this is true.
I was in here just a chest freezer.
Yes, I need it. It's funny because like I'll stock up in fall, like with the last harvest, and and then I always think that I'm gonna like go through it over the winter months and stuff, and then spring comes and I'm like, get to it, like fresh peppers are gonna be here, and then you're not even gonna want to buy those. And, but yeah, we're right around the corner here. Another couple months and we'll be getting fresh peppers.
I'm so excited for that. Garden season. What's up? Only the people in the Midwest understand.
Yeah. So the pepper farms, I connected with a random person a couple seasons ago, just in a Facebook group, and he's out of Kentucky. And yeah, he did like ship 2,500 pounds of peppers last year. Like, did
you say pepper group?
Yeah. A hot pepper growing Facebook group. And I wanted to try a random pepper, and I just picked one person that had some for sale, and Trapbot did a small batch and fell in love with those peppers, and then ended up like actually being their farm's like single largest order 2 seasons ago.
Oh, God.
I ordered like it was something like 50 pounds of peppers or something like at the end of their season, and they're just a small hobby farm in Kentucky, and that sparked our friendship and relationship, and I'm looking to try to get to the pepper farm this summer during peak like harvest time. Do a little tour.
I changed my mind. You need to like go full scale with us.
He begs me. Aaron begs me. He's like Robert. I get samples of stuff. You know, I ship pepper. We ship peppers everywhere. You know, he's like, like our family loves your products. Like, I believe in you. Like, just say if you want to run with it, run with it. Like, you know, what peppers do you want me to grow for you? You know, like, so I'm looking forward to trying to make this one a reality and go meet Aaron for the first time and see the farm and meet the family. It's a dream. One of my little dreams that I want to try to achieve this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that makes so much sense, though. With like, I feel the musicians and the art scene, like we all have like our weird little like niche hobbies, also.
Yeah.
Because we're niche people,
right?
Yeah, that are like obsessed with a couple very specific things.
Yeah.
That's cool. I would love to try some sometime. If you want to like bring some into Slam,
of course,
I would love to.
Yeah, I'll bring a couple samples.
My new thing is putting like random good hot sauces in margaritas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Spicy margaritas are awesome.
Spicy margaritas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Anyways.
I think I got one more question.
Yeah.
Cool. Chilling. Like, who are some of your biggest influences?
Oh, yeah. Just
music,
life,
friends, life. Yeah, it doesn't need to
of everything.
Yeah, like someone you're like that. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, for music, first and foremost, I mean, Tipper's been in the forefront of that for music stuff. I mean, it goes as deep as, you know, Grouch and you know, a lot of friends from Australia to like Boy de Bajan and Rum Pistol from Denmark, and our friends in Israel like Symbolico and Mantis Mash, and I mean, that list can go on and on to, you know, to my best friends I've known, like Mike Rat and Conduit and stuff that I've known for 20 years, and, you know, that are making amazing music. And then, you know, just, just people too. Just general, just people are inspiring. Humans are inspiring. It's, you know, the universe and just nature and, just life, I guess.
Yeah.
Life is inspiring.
Yeah.
I love
really
that.
is.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. But no, it's been fun chatting. Definitely want to shout out our monthly merge series. Our next one is tomorrow, although you guys are going to be seeing this month. So you're going to have to keep your eyes out for what the next merge is when this comes out. But excited for tomorrow's crew takeover and big sound system. And yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, dude.
So they can find you at Cosmic Synergy on Instagram. Right?
Yep, Cosmic Synergy 303 on Instagram, Cosmic Synergy on Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, last question. Now that we're finishing up the plot, what is something you'd like to say to the audience, people listening, the like something just that you can say as Rob to everybody?
Yeah. Don't forget that you're the center of your own universe. You're number one, and no one can take that away from you. And just don't stop doing, and yeah, do your best to just pick one thing if you can. If you can be fortunate enough to find multiple things that you love in this life and run with it. And just don't ever stop believing. Don't give up. You can do anything you want. And I hope that I can be an example for that. And, just follow your dreams and don't give up. This has been 20 years in the making almost. I never thought I'd have a Function One sound system, let alone be like the sole owner of one. Or like becoming friends with like my greatest heroes and like favorite musicians from around the world and working with them and like having actual like friendships and relationships. And, it's just, follow your dreams, follow your heart, and just don't ever give up. Don't stop, just keep doing it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was dope, man. Thank you. We
Thank you
really
so much.
appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, likewise. It's been fun here today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
It was really nice to meet you and get into the depths
Yeah.
of who Rob Cummings is.
Yeah, thank you. It was exciting and nervous and first of its kind, but thanks for popping that bubble.
Of course.
You're doing great, man. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
Beautiful, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you for coming on, Rob.
Likewise. Thanks for having.
You're very welcome. Bye, everybody out in SlamCast
Bye.
world.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching SlamCast. Wasn't that a fun episode?
Want to become a member at Slam Academy? Go to slamacademy.com for more information.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.